Thank you, Congressman Herodopoulos, for hosting this special order on one of the critical issues that we face as a nation and have faced for the better part of 20 years now. I'm referring, of course, to Obamacare, a deceptively named bill, the Affordable Care Act, which has, of course, been a disaster for Americans all over the country. Before it was passed, Democrats essentially allowed big insurance companies and federal bureaucrats to craft an extremely regulated patchwork of rules and cloudy regulations to enrich themselves at the expense of the American patient and the American physician. They then jammed it through Congress without a single Republican vote, ushering in a new era of high costs, restricted access, and lower quality health care. As is the case far too often, this law is now harming precisely the groups of people that it was designed to assist. At its core, Obamacare is a redistributionist program that empowers a public and private bureaucracy rather than patients and physicians. In various medical fields that are not part of the Obamacare web, the harmful effects of its policy have not been seen since the law's passage. For example, over the past decade, the cost of outpatient services rose between 80 and 100% on average. Prescription drugs are up at times 200%. Meanwhile, as a counterexample, the cost of LASIK surgery, which is not covered under the Obamacare policy or subjected to its onerous regulatory framework, has decreased by 30% over the same time. Free from bureaucratic suppression, more providers have entered the LASIK market, and innovations like bladeless lasers have made operations safer, more efficient, and more available. Another example, cash-paid diagnostic imaging is often 75% cheaper than the Obamacare-approved MRIs. Direct primary care providers offering wholesale labs can be at times 15 times cheaper than doctors who are required to fill out government-mandated paperwork. The examples could continue on and on. Sadly, Obamacare has succeeded in blocking free market innovations from reaching the broader American healthcare system. Rather than reform the broken system that they designed, the Democrats are committed to throwing more money at the problem, literally subsidizing a framework that has elevated costs so much that they are even willing to subsidize households earning $600,000 per year. It's time to reintroduce competition into healthcare by removing handouts to corporate titans. We must cut the layers of red tape that hurt patients and providers, and we must build a common sense system that enables the patient to have choices, which will, of course, bring about more quality care and increased access. In a very basic sense, we should not make healthcare a DMV-type experience. Congressman Herodopoulos, I thank you again for holding this special order. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.